Ghanaian President John Mahama has admitted defeat following Wednesday's presidential elections. He called his opponent, Nana Akufo-Addo, to concede the presidency. The country's electoral commission confirmed the results just minutes after Mahama tweeted about the call. According to the commission, Akufo-Addo won with an outright majority.
I make this solemn pledge to you tonight. I will not let you down. And will do all in my power to live up to your hopes and expectations.
Let's get more on the story and speak to Brennan Weiss, who is live in Accra for us. Brennan, good to see you. So tell us a bit about the new president-to-be and a little bit about this election process.
Sure. So about 8 p.m. local time here in Ghana, it was announced by the country's electoral commission, which is the independent body that oversees and facilitates public elections in Ghana. That electoral commission announced that Nana Akufo-Addo, who is running his third contest, he ran back in 2008 and 2012 and lost both. But third time's a charm, and he won the race this year by a pretty substantial margin. He won by over 1 million votes, about 53.8 percentage points versus the incumbent President Mahama's 44.4%. And I think that was shocking to the media, to Ghanaians, to the international community, because Ghana is known for having really closely fought races, especially after 2008, which went into a runoff after no candidate had declared a clear majority. And then in 2012, a match against Mahama and Nana Akufo-Addo. Akufo-Addo contested the results, alleging fraud, and there was a month-long court battle at the Supreme Court to determine the winner. And so there was really Nana Akufo-Addo won this year with a clear mandate and going forward, and I think that represents well the progress and the gains that democracy in Ghana has made.
And what does the outcome mean for the country going forward?
I didn't catch the end of your question.
So what comes next for the country? What are the challenges for the new president?
Yeah, so the main wedge issue of the campaign was the economy. In 2011, Ghana was the fastest growing economy, not only in Africa, but in the world. And, after 2010, the country started producing oil for the first time. And so there was a lot of optimism in the country and among Ghanaians for better economic prospects. But a lot of those promises and that feeling of optimism never came to fruition. That optimism dissipated, and global commodity prices started to decline, which really hurt Ghana, which is really dependent on its exports of gold, cocoa, oil. And a lot of Ghanaians felt like they weren't reaping the benefits of the government boost in revenues that they got from this oil production. And so they blamed the government for that, and there's been high employment levels, high inflation, high debt levels, and so the new president will have to contend with all these challenges to provide Ghanaians with jobs, to continue to boost infrastructure, and to keep the morale up in a country that has really been down as their economy has slowed.
Okay, Brennan, many thanks for talking us through all that. Brennan Weiss there for us in Accra. Now from Ghana to Gambia, which has also held an election in the last week and was also looking to be on a path to a peaceful transition of power. But the country's ruler of more than 22 years has now announced that he no longer accepts defeat in the country's presidential election. Yahya Jammeh's latest move comes a week after conceding defeat and congratulating the incoming president Adama Barrow. He says the elections were marred by abnormalities and has now called for fresh elections. President Jammeh has been in power for 22 years and has been seeking a 5th term in office.